Hey everyone, welcome back. Before save states and tutorials, video games used to hate us. And now, we are looking at 12 legendary 2D platformers from the Nintendo era that were so brutally hard they broke controllers and ruined childhoods. Let us dive in. Starting our list at number 12, Kid Icarus is a classic NES platformer that completely backwards engineers difficulty. Most games start gentle and scale up, but this one kicks your teeth in during the very first world. Pit falls off the bottom of the screen, instant death. Want health upgrades? Hope you mined enough hearts in obscure room puzzles. Plus, the infamous eggplant wizards will literally turn you into a walking vegetable with zero offensive abilities. It is an endearingly weird adventure, but those early vertical stages will test your sanity before you even get off the ground. Coming in at number 11, The Lion King looks like a charming Disney cartoon, but it is actually a stealth trap engineered by corporate greed. Disney intentionally ordered developers to make level 2 ridiculously hard, so kids couldn't finish it during a weekend rental window. Between unclear hitboxes, puzzle monkeys that toss you straight into hazards, and slippery ostrich riding, young Simba suffers constantly. It tricks you with Hakuna Matata vibes, only to savagely beat you with absurd hitboxes that make you want to throw your controller into the sun. Sliding into number 10, Contra is the ultimate test of retro arcade reflexes where one single hit sends you straight to the grave. You are dodging a screen-filling wall of alien fire, sniper bullets, and unexpected turret ambushes with only 3 lives to spare. Unless you have the muscle memory of an elite esports pro, entering 30 extra lives via the famous Konami code is practically mandatory just to survive stage 3. It delivers glorious 80s action, but it treats your survival like an afterthought, leaving zero room for human error across all 8 stages. Landing at number 9, Super Ghouls and Ghosts upgraded the visuals for the 16-bit era while doubling down on controller snapping agony. Arthur now gets a shiny double jump, but here is the catch. The second you leap, your aerial trajectory is completely locked, leaving you totally helpless mid-air. One tiny mistake shatters your shiny armor, leaving you running around in heart-patterned boxes. To top off the disrespect, beating the final boss forces you to replay the entire game from stage 1 with a terrible magic bracelet just to see the true ending. Taking the number 8 spot, Batman on the NES has arguably the best soundtrack on the console, paired with platforming that will push your patience to its absolute limit. Master-level wall jumping is completely required to climb tight corridors packed with respawning enemies and landmine hazards. The combat demands pinpoint accuracy, and environmental traps leave absolutely no room for sloppy timing. By the time you finally scale the cathedral to face the Joker, your nerves will be completely shredded, proving that being the Dark Knight involves a terrifying amount of pain. At number 7, Hudson's Adventure Island looks like a fun tropical vacation, but plays like an unforgiving marathon against time. Master Higgins is constantly starving, meaning your health bar continuously ticks down unless you grab scattered fruit every few seconds. Mix that relentless speed constraint with slippery ice physics, hidden campfire hazards, and instant death obstacles, and you have a recipe for pure stress. If you fail to find the hidden Continue B early on, dying in World 8 sends you all the way back to the title screen without a shred of mercy. Sliding into number 6, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels was deemed too ridiculously hard for Western gamers back in 1986, and for good reason. It looks like the original Mario, but it actively trolls you at every turn. Poison mushrooms shrink or kill you. Warp zone pipes send you backwards to earlier worlds, and invisible blocks are placed in exact spots to ruin your long jumps. The wind mechanics mess with your air momentum, turning what should be simple platforming into a sadistic mind game designed purely to punish confident players. Taking our number 5 spot, the original Mega Man lacks all the quality of life features that made later sequels manageable. There are no password systems to save progress, zero E-tanks to restore your health mid-boss, and the platforming hitboxes are shockingly unforgiving. Disappearing block sequences over instant death spikes will test your memory, while the notorious Yellow Devil boss forces you to dodge 28 flying body parts in a frame-perfect pattern. It is an absolute trial by fire that makes modern games look like a stroll in the park. Coming in at number 4, Castlevania 3 is widely considered the peak of 8-bit Gothic difficulty. The infamous hit Knockback is back with a vengeance. Getting touched by a tiny flying flea man will launch Seimon or his companions backward straight into a bottomless pit. Stiff jump arcs mean you cannot alter direction once airborne, making precise positioning non-negotiable. Branching paths give you the illusion of choice, but every single route inevitably forces you into a brutal gauntlet of unforgiving platforming and relentless boss encounters. Taking our number 3 spot, Battletoads is infamous for destroying childhood friendships and breaking plastic controllers. Everyone remembers the legendary Turbo Tunnel speeder bike section that required split-second memorization. But the insanity does not stop there. Later stages, like the Snake Pit and Klinger Winger, demand pixel-perfect execution with zero room for error. To make matters worse, two-player co-op features force friendly fire, meaning your best friend will accidentally punch you off a cliff more often than the actual enemies do. Our runner-up at number 2, Ninja Gaiden offers lightning-fast ninja action paired with some of the most psychological platforming torture ever programmed. Enemies respawn the exact millisecond you take a single step backward, leading to endless swarms of eagles and cultists knocking you off walls. But the true evil lies in Act 6-3. If you die to any phase of the multi-form final boss, the game resets you all the way back to the start of the entire act. You have to beat 3 insanely hard levels again just for another 10-second shot at the boss. And taking our number 1 spot, Ghosts and Goblins is the undisputed pinnacle of retro cruelty. You only get 2 hits before Knightly Arthur crumbles into a pile of bones, and your jump arcs are completely locked in stone. Enemy spawns are heavily randomized, meaning you can never truly memorize a safe path through the levels. If you somehow drag your battered soul past the final boss, the game informs you that the entire adventure was an illusion and forces you to play through the whole nightmare a second time on a harder difficulty to get the real ending. That wraps up our list of the most controller-snapping 2D platformers in gaming history. Which of these legendary classics broke your spirit back in the day? Drop your rage stories in the comments and we will see you next time.